it's a goal in my life to be myself, because I think if you live your life not being who you are, you'll die to regret it. Because why did you live if like you're not being true to yourself? I'm gonna take a page out of Nike for this. Literally just do it. You literally just need to start living the life that you want. But what's important to me in life is to live every day making choices that you're proud of. Just remember, your life doesn't have to make sense when you die. It can make sense when we're alive as well. Do things that make your life good. Don't focus on things that you can't change, because you can't change them. Focus about things that you can, so you don't regret them later when you can't change them.
What would you do if 98 out of 100 doors slammed shut in your face? I think many of us might simply give up. But today's guest, Jaycee, refused to do so, but instead kept on knocking. Hi guys, I'm Analyst, and welcome back to the Success Compass, where we connect with inspiring young people from around the world for shaping their own lives and making a positive impact. Today, I'm thrilled to have my friend Jaycee Lim here with me, a UCSI University student studying mass communication, but also a writer, voice talent, and editor. In this conversation, she'll be sharing with us her own experiences, stories, aspirations, advice, and much more beyond that. And so without further ado, let's jump right in. Welcome to the channel, Jaycee.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yeah, sure, thanks for coming on. And so our first question is, how would you describe yourself with 3 keywords, and why would you choose those 3 words?
All right, 3 keywords I would describe myself.
Yes.
First off is passionate. I put 100% of me in everything I do. And second of all, I would say efficient, because that's mostly what I've heard from people I've worked with. They always describe me as being very efficient. I clean things up. I leave like systems organized after I like touch them. And the third, I would say personally, chill. Yeah, I try to be chill. You know, like in whatever you do, just try not to be a jerk. So like, just be chill.
I think those 3 words really capture you: passionate, efficient, and chill. Right. And so now, as a writer, a voice talent, and an editor, what is the one unique aspect about yourself which makes you stand out among your peers?
The one unique aspect about myself that makes me stand out amongst my peers would be I am a jack of all trades, where it's not unintentional that I have multiple roles in my business card and my name card. To be able to make yourself stand out, you need to make sure you have a wide like array of skill sets. Like, be very versatile when it comes to approaching a new task, a new role, because bosses love like nothing more than a company who has an employee who can wear multiple hats.
I think that's a very valuable skill to have. But then again, I think many of us might also be confused about the balance between having many skills on the one hand and also being specialized in one field. So can you perhaps explain how you maintain that balance, or how you think we should navigate between that balance?
All right. So when it comes to whether or not you should be a master of one or a jack of all trades, it comes down to how good you are at that one thing. And 9 times out of 10, you can't be like a master at that one thing.
The expert.
Exactly. You can't be the expert, because there's always going to be someone else who's like better than you, or like more specialized in this than you, or they hone in on the niche like even more skillfully than you, or maybe they're just a director's friend on a set and they just get preferred, you know? So unless you are the only person in the world that can do something, I recommend you widen your skill set instead, because when you widen your skill set, oftentimes you also get better at the one thing that you're doing. For example, I write, right? And that helps me to speak well. And because I speak well, I can be a voice actor. And because I also write, I can understand scripts, and that helps me to edit better. So that helps. Like, when you widen your skill set and you branch out to multiple other skills, it can contribute to honing another skill set that you have in your tool belt into something better.
Exactly, as they complement each other, right, and help make the one skill stronger.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah, bring out the one skill. So yes, and so can you briefly describe for us what these 3 fields of work, writing, voice acting, and also editing, look like for those who might not be familiar with them?
Okay, for writing, it depends on what you're writing, first of all, but it also, most of the time, 90% of the time, it's just staring at your laptop and hoping you remember what languages are. And then you try to explain it, and then you get through the arduous process of getting that first draft done. But once you do, you gotta look back at it and just have several mental breakdowns and really reflect on what made you think that this was a coherent sentence.
This was a good idea in the first place.
Why did I think I would write this? Yeah, it's always like a three modes of like, oh, I wrote that? I wrote that.
Really?
Oh, I wrote that. Yeah, for voice acting, it's kind of like you're on a voice call with friends, except you're alone in your booth and you're pretending you're not crazy.
Yeah.
And you're just acting out characters. It's really like dubbing a comic and like putting yourself into the character's shoes, screaming at walls, like silently apologizing to your neighbors. And yeah, for editing, it's the same for voice acting, except it's all in your head. Your room is dark because that's how you can look at the color correction the best. And you're like a glorified hacker that doesn't touch code. You're like, oh, this music needs to be there. Oh, I forgot the background music. Oh, that sound effect is like copyrighted. And half the time you're just like replaying the same 5-second clip over and over again.
Yeah. And so given your experience in these three fields, right, which one do you, prefer best personally? Or which one you find most interesting?
Okay, if you say most interesting, it's voice acting. If you say easy, it's writing. If you say more fun, it's editing.
They have different characteristics.
Right, because I mostly do social media editing, so I'm just making memes.
Yeah, which combine many skills at the same time. Right?
Yeah, exactly. CapCut, my hero.
Yeah, and so perhaps based on that, can you briefly explain to us approximately how much earnings we can expect to receive by working in these three fields?
For writing, it depends on what you write. And if it's a freelance gig or if it's a permanent role, because if you're a copywriter in a company, your earnings are going to be salary based. If you're a freelancer, it could be depending on the client that you have or the contract that you sign, which you can also draft yourself. So it really depends for a writer. But there are guild rates that you can look at, especially for voice acting as well. We have a Voice Actors Guild of Malaysia that helps you to determine what are you voice acting. Is it an ad? Is it by word count? Is it by time? And I've done for both ad and also by time. So like cartoon dubbing, for video games, for advertisements, for radio ads specifically. And those have different rates because they have different functions. For editing, in my experience, I did it based on salary. So it was like a social media management role, and then I just did a video editing for those. So those are usually salary based for me. But I understand that there are also commission based as well. That I've taken on a few freelance social media editing gigs as well, and those usually pay in like hundreds. If you charge 50 ringgit for a video, please stop. You're spoiling the market. They should be like 100 and above, like at least, because it depends on what you're editing as well. It could be a 5-second clip, it could be a full-fledged YouTube video. But just know this, if someone asks you to edit a video before they sign you on contract, before they pay you, don't. Don't, or put a giant unremovable watermark on it.
So it seems like to me that even though some works you work are freelance, right, there are also some industry standards, as you mentioned, some guilds to help regulate the market, right, ensure that, as you said, it's not ruining the entire industry, right? So and so specifically as a writer, what topics or subjects you like to explore, and what does the creative process look like for you? Because as you mentioned, it sometimes involves a lot of brainstorming or even mental breakdowns. So what does it look like?
So for writing, usually I write fiction, and I write on a very niche genre called magic realism. So think about it as like, it's not exactly fantasy. It's in the umbrella terms of fantasy, but it's not exactly it. So if you've ever seen the book Before the Coffee Goes Cold, it's something like that, where the world is normal, it's contemporary, it's a normal world setting, except there's one thing in there, and that's a bit magical.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's called magic realism, because there's magic in reality. That's usually the topic that I write on, because it's the easiest for me. And it's most whimsical. But when it comes to how I write, the writing process from like start to end, Usually I start with a gimmick, as in like, oh, what do I want to turn magical? You know, do I do like a magical car? Do I do like a magical flower that you find in the forest? Like what's the part about this that is magical? And once I have my gimmick, like the big theme of the story, I make sure to implement like a moral value, like a message in it, because all stories, no matter how old you are, they always have a message. You can't argue Harry Potter doesn't have a message and it's a big hit. It has messages. Everything has messages. It's why they're stories. They're here to tell you something. They're here to teach you something. There's always a lesson. And make sure that you know what your story is trying to say, because if you're not trying to say anything with your story, that's just things happening.
Like an empty story.
It's an empty story. It's just stuff. It's not even plot related. It's just stuff happening.
Random events happening.
Random events, exactly. So like things always have a message. You just take a look at history. The things we record, the things we note down are things that taught us something. So if your story wants to be told, it needs to say something worth hearing. So you outline your gimmick, you outline your message, your lesson, what you're trying to say, and then you work backwards. And never ever start writing a story if you haven't figured out the ending. The hardest part to figure out in a story while you're writing it is the ending. So start with the beginning, start with the end, and then you can fill in the middle. Because you know where you're going to go. You can find your way.
Where your start is.
Exactly. When you have the 2 points, the distance is the easiest. But when you have this and a direction, you don't know where you're supposed to stop.
I think that are two very decent pieces of advice. The first is to really understand where the ending is, instead of just knowing where the start is, right? And second is also having a message, conveying a message. That message may be differently perceived by different audiences, right? They may learn differently, but there is definitely a message imbued somewhere in there, and so it should be there.
It has to be something worth telling, worth saying, worth hearing.
Yeah, exactly. And so, as someone who performs many roles simultaneously, right? What are some of the key time management techniques which you apply to help you organize your own schedule?
Okay. So I have a practical advice and a more abstract advice for the viewers, listeners. The practical one is use Google Calendar. It's the best thing you'll ever find. Use Google Calendar. It has reminders, it has color codes. You can put pretty pictures in it. Use Google Calendar. It is the most friendly UI time management scheduling app that is widely implemented. That's the practical advice. The abstract advice is plan things ahead for your future self. As in, oh, yes, I'm free next Tuesday. I can do this. That'll be something that I can do. But also, oh, next Tuesday I did this, so maybe Wednesday I should take a break. Oh, let's reschedule to Thursday instead for this other thing. Planning ahead, like for your future self, think about your future self like you're like their mother, you know? You take care of yourself like you are your own mother, and then you plan things ahead, really just take care of a toddler. Your future self is a toddler, you need to take care of them. Your future self will thank you, and you will thank you, and you will not die. If you keep thinking that oh, yeah, I have time, I'll do that, you are gonna burn out. Don't do that.
And things are gonna be cramped so
Things are gonna be cramped, exactly. But also try not to say no. I don't say never say no, because if you never say no, that's how you get kidnapped. But yeah, try to not say no. Say yes to opportunities, do things. Life is about doing things. You're not just sitting there, unless that's what you're into, I guess. But the more you do, the more you enjoy.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes don't try to always stick to your schedule which you had for yourself perhaps a year ago or whatever. Because you also need to adapt to take into new things, right? Take into account the things that are developing around you, and so you really improve in this way. Yeah. And so also in terms of managing time, is this some sort of a habit you developed, or is it more of a skill that you realize that you need to learn when all these things started piling on you?
It's something that it's kind of like you learn to write with a pencil, then a pen, a pencil, then a mechanical pencil, then a pen as you write. But you still know how to write. So that's me when it comes to time management. It's a skill set you develop as your time management skills are required. It's like you just live and you learn, you know?
Exactly. And so now, Jaycee, I know that you like to adapt your personal image, right, according to different social circumstances. So can you explain more to us about how you present yourself in front of others and how you would like others to think of you as a person?
Okay. In terms of how I present myself in front of others, and this is like an insider hack for me personally, so never mention this to me in front of my face because it'll seem like I'm very two-faced. But the number one thing I like to do is that I start analyzing the person that I'm dealing with upon seeing them. What are they wearing? What are their mannerisms? Where am I meeting them? How do they get like my number? How do they meet me? What do they think of me? What in me are they interested in? Once you get that thing down, I immediately switch. So, for example, like a lecturer, right? I meet a lecturer. First thing I do, okay, what subject do they teach? What do they think of me right now? Am I just another student? How do I stand out? Oh, is there something wrong with the way I'm dressed? Oh, is there anything that they noticed upon seeing me? Oh, what are their schedules like right now? Is it near lunchtime? Are they a little bit agitated? Like every minute detail, you really psychoanalyze.
Pay attention to that,
Exactly. And then once you have that down, you know how you're supposed to perform. Oh, they're a bit agitated. It's like going to be lunchtime. I'm seeing them about a query in the office. They probably think I'm just another student. I should mention something that makes me stand out. And then I should like be nice, even though like they may be a bit like hangry. So then I start adjusting. Oh, miss, how's your day? I know you've met a lot of people. This is just my thing. I'll get out of your hair.
Not gonna take too long.
Not gonna take too long. Oh, and then this thing, I did this other thing the other day. It's kind of similar to this. Yes, it's different. I know. Yeah, remember me. Okay, that's my career. I got my answer. Let me know if you need help with anything. Oh, enjoy your lunch. And then I leave. Really like remember and then give them what they want. In this case, the lecturer wants to be left alone.
So do that,
Just do that. And you literally just keep acting like that when you keep reacting to people, which is you figure out what other people want and you deliver to them on a silver platter. Because, of course, we all remember there's a saying where people don't ever remember who you are. They remember how you made them feel. People remember what about you that interests them the most. If you are, let's say, a classmate that has all the answers to the assignment and they're a student who wants all the answers to the assignment, that's what they're going to remember you as. If you are a girl with a great fashion sense and you're walking around campus and you have a girl who thinks your style looks cool, that's what she's going to remember you by. She's not going to, like, other people are not going to remember you for things that don't matter to them. So you just make sure you figure out what they want and you deliver it to them. So when I'm in front of other people, I always try to figure out what they want, give it to them as fast as possible, efficiency.
Exactly.
And also, like, make sure that it's authentic. The most important like thing to me about how others perceive me is as a person who is like chill, down to earth, authentic, no lies. Like even though I do all this like psychoanalyzing, it's always parts of me that are real. I never lie about having written a book I haven't written yet. I never lie about winning an award I haven't won yet. I never lie about doing something I haven't done yet. So whenever it comes to presenting yourself, you gotta realize the different aspects you have that can be presented. You are never just that one-dimensional person. You can be a gamer, right? You can be a person who plays games, but that's not all you are. You can be a person who's also good at math. You can be a person who is interested in volunteering. There's always multiple facets to you. So when it comes to presenting yourself, you just choose the part of yourself that will be most appealing to the person you're dealing with.
Right now.
Right now, exactly. But when it comes to being yourself around other people, which you should be around your friends, it's not about, oh, this friend likes gaming, so I'll only talk about gaming with them, not my sports like obsessions. Like, you always make sure to be authentic to yourself and be true to yourself. Like, don't lie. You can make jokes and everything, but like, don't lie. It's be real, be chill, and just no matter what, don't be a jerk. Like if you be like, just follow that one advice. If anything, just don't be a jerk, because you'll find that alone will get you very far.
Exactly. And so it seems like one of the key things we have to learn from that is to really stand from the perspective of the person we are dealing with and to think what they would want from us, right? From interacting with
empathy
us. Yeah,
goes a long way.
And then to try to give them what they want as soon as possible.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And so throughout your academic and professional journey, Jaycee, What is the one accomplishment or achievement you feel most proud of as a person?
Oof, it's a hard one. Okay. Throughout my whole academic, professional career, everything, honestly, because this is not to brag, this is just like I have a lot of things lined up, so like it's hard to choose.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say any of them, like any of the awards. Oh yeah, I won this award. I was that. Da, 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 da. No, it's not that I'm most proud of. It's not even the memories I made because I can't remember what I did. But it's the connections that I made.
Yeah.
And that to me is the best thing that I have ever done in my life, which is to build connections, to build community, to be part of things, to interact with people. The greatest honor I will ever get in life is to have someone else know who I am and remember me for it.
Wow. Yeah, that's very true, right? Not necessarily this one accomplishment, this one event, really being able to know that person and to be remembered by them, because to be valued.
Your accomplishments and your achievements and accomplishments, they don't define you. Your choices do. The things you do, like they are what define you.
Yeah, because I think it's also because the accomplishments, the events, they disappear over time, right?
Yes, exactly.
You don't mention the things we did, for example, 10 years ago.
Right. I don't remember winning a spelling bee, but...
But we do know the person, for example, we interacted with, and we can continue to make new memories with them.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah, exactly. And so, life isn't smooth sailing all the time, right? As we mentioned before, you face an incredibly high rejection rate when applying for agencies as a voice talent. And so, how did that experience look like for you, and how did you overcome that experience?
Okay, so this is a major big misconception when it comes to voice acting that a lot of people have. One is that we're not just silly people doing voices. Number two is that we don't get every role we audition for. It's just the same as movie acting. It's just the same as
any other job.
Any other acting job. It's that you need to audition. And when you audition, 9 times out of 10, you get rejected. Of 100 auditions that you do in a day, mind you, that you should be doing, you will get rejected 98% at least of all the things you do, because it also hinges on is this project something that fits your character? Is it something that fits your scope? And also, is this character someone that you can play? And also, does this director's vision have your voice in the picture?
As the voice of the character.
There's so many factors when it comes to being an actor that you cannot control when you're auditioning. And it can even be is my neighbor being crazy at 3 a.m. because I'm screaming in my room? So because of that, there's a high rate of rejection. The thing is, when it comes to rejections and being an actor, which is, you should never take them personally. When you're applying for gigs, because there's so many factors out of your control, you shouldn't be oh, why me? Oh, how come it's someone else?
It's always me that's getting rejected.
Right. You shouldn't take it personally. There's gonna be projects for you. It's not your job to write characters that you can voice, so it's not your job to choose whether or not this character has your voice. It's not your job to reject yourself either. Never take it personally, and because most people who do take it personally, they start getting defeated, right? They start feeling they wouldn't want me anyway. But just remember, it's not your job to reject yourself. It's your job to audition. Put your energy into things that are important to you. The things that you focus on. If you focus on the lack of a response, that's what you're gonna feel. If you focus on getting rejected, the rejection letter, that's what you're gonna feel. So really, when you submit it, you don't think about it, because it is an unspoken rule as well in voice acting, where if you don't get the part, you're not going to get a reply.
So I think most of the time it's more of a choice of how to recognize the circumstances, right? We can choose to see it as, oh, I'm getting rejected, they're not choosing me, I'm not suitable for the role, but perhaps we can also think of it as, I know what roles aren't suitable, but so I'm figuring out what roles are suitable, and so I can perhaps explore those roles more in the future, right?
It's about shooting your shot. It's shooting your shot, and don't focus on things that is not important, and as well as don't reject yourself.
And step out of your comfort zone.
Yes,
Don't limit yourself before trying it.
Never put yourself in a box.
Exactly. Very, very true indeed. And so apart from this one challenge, this one experience, was there another moment or story which really shaped who you think of yourself and who you are?
I would say it's when I presented the fact that I wrote a book once in class.
Yeah.
The first time that I ever spoke about having written a book was during a marketing class way back in foundation.
Yeah.
Where we were marketing stuff and we're trying to present like, oh, this is how you market something. And I used my book as like, I think a point in the PowerPoint. It wasn't the whole thing. It was like one slide.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is important for a marketer to do, these are hierarchies. That's why I did this. It's like, oh, like a wink, wink, nudge, nudge of like, hey, I did this. And then when I did, people were like, whoa.
You did
and they
that?
clapped, wow. And then that's when I was like, oh, this is how it's like. At that point, I've been an MC before, a master of ceremonies.
Yeah.
But when I presented that time and I could control like, when do they clap? When do they cheer? Where is their attention? There's an element about it that I really love, which is a performative element where I love to get in front of people and put on a show that impresses them, that entertains them.
Yeah.
Not as in like, I like to be pretentious, but as in, if you're gonna laugh at anyone, laugh at me. Let's have a good time. Let's have fun. Let's like be crazy, be silly.
I think it's knowing to like navigate how to like wheel the crowd. Right?
Yes, exactly. It's about like having fun, not taking things too seriously, and it just feels good also, like when they clap.
And it gives you confidence about what you're doing.
It's like, it assures you mostly. It doesn't like, I don't need their applause, but knowing I can make them chuckle, that is like, that is gold. I love it when I'm presenting in front of the class and I crack a joke and someone gets it in the crowd. They get it. There's that connection. That's like, I see you, you see me, we're having fun.
You got that, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, yeah. That's a different feeling and that definitely makes you feel different. Right?
Exactly. It's the connection you have that I love, and that I think really shaped me into who I am.
Yeah, very valuable moment indeed.
Exactly.
And so sometimes it's a big events, right? For example, facing rejections or speaking in front of a crowd that shape us. But other times, even small choices or small habits we make or we choose can really shape who we are. And so is there one small habit or choice in your student life which really helped you in a significant way?
Okay, so this is something that's good for students to start on campus as well, because it's a lot safer. But the tip that I have started implementing is whenever you think about doing something, you do it. And I don't mean being impulsive. I don't mean buying blind boxes or playing gacha games. I mean, if you think, oh my God, her outfit looks so cute, I want to tell her. I hope she knows. Tell her, hey, this is random, but I love your outfit. Have a great day. Great, done, one and done. Make social anxiety your enemy. Go ahead, like tell that stranger, oh yeah, I see that you're a bit confused, you need help. Oh, it's raining, I have an umbrella and I have time to spare. That girl's walking in the rain. Go ahead, hey, do you need a umbrella? I can take you up the stairs real quick. Go ahead. Do things in life, because the more isolated you are, the more you refuse to connect with people, even when you think about it, the more like alone everyone's gonna get, you know? Who doesn't like to hear that their outfit's great, you know? And if it backfires, try again with the next person. It could be an isolated case. So really, when you think about it, when you think about snapping that picture of the sky, when you think about taking a picture of that random thing you found on the road, like things like that, you think it, you do it. No hesitation. But don't run into traffic.
And don't take it too personally as well.
Don't take it too personally. Never take things too personally.
And I think it's always good to think that, because when we go up to someone with a smile, right, the worst that can happen is that they think of us as someone who likes to smile and is friendly. And that's not a bad thing to start with, right?
Or they could also think you're a creep, but that's like a different thing.
Again, don't take it too personally.
Don't take it personally. It's their responsibility to control how they see the world. It's your responsibility to make the best of it.
And to do what you need to do or you want to do.
Yeah, exactly. Like do what you want to do. You're not hurting anyone. You're fine.
Yeah, exactly. And so, based on my impression of you, Jaycee, you come across as someone who is authentic and confident about who you are. And so, how important are these two virtues for you, and how do you apply them in your life?
Okay. So the eccentric part, it's not on purpose. The eccentric part is not on purpose, but the authentic part, it is on purpose, full purpose. It's a goal in my life to be myself, because I think if you live your life not being who you are, you'll die to regret it. Because why did you live if like you're not being true to yourself?
Exactly.
And sure, some people have duties, some people have roles, and if it's true to yourself, if it's something that's very authentic to you, that you perform that role, go ahead. But for me, it's about choosing who I want to be, making choices that I want in my life. So that's why being authentic is something purposeful to me. The eccentric part is just a happy consequence of being a very performative person when it comes to being very extroverted, because I find that that is the personality that works the best when it comes to interaction with people. People remember you better.
Yeah.
People
like you more.
Like you more, exactly, because you're carrying the conversation for them, and then it helps to train yourself as well for more versatile set of circumstances. So then you can be thrown into any situation and you will still perform.
Well, yeah.
And yeah, exactly. And you can also be exposed to like different circumstances that may trigger you.
Yeah.
And then you learn to be desensitized towards it.
Yeah.
Being desensitized towards things isn't always a bad thing. It can be good, like how we train kittens to not be afraid of like human touch. It's the same thing. So being this eccentric, it really desensitizes me to being like a person who takes things personally, because you get rejected every single time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Very true. Yeah, and so were there like specific moments or stories of where these two abilities, confidence and authenticity, really helped you get through a difficult day or challenging experience?
I would say when it comes to getting through a difficult time, it's that when you are at your darkest moment, when you are like really in your head and you're spiraling, it helps you to remember that you're doing your best, and that if anything, that's worth it.
Yeah, exactly. Very well said. And so given these core traits, right, what is your attitude toward living your life actually? Like how do you navigate through the various uncertainties or unpredictabilities or novelties in life?
When it comes to navigating life, I would say that it's really about planning for me specifically. I love structure. In my brain, the way it looks like is it's like a visual novel where you have like the tree maps of like the choices when you make like those like choose your own story games. And it's always about, okay, today I'm at this point in the story and then I make this choice and I'm at this point, now I go there and I'm gonna do this. It's about that.
Yeah.
But you're improving as you go. You're seeing the choices as you happen to be in that state of the story, in that like timeline.
Exactly. Like a roguelike game.
Yeah, exactly, like a roguelike game. So go ahead and just like improv as you go, but always have your mind like and your eyes forward. Always think about what's ahead of you. Don't ruminate on what's before because you can't change it. Don't focus on things that you can't change because you can't change them. Focus about things that you can so you don't regret them later when you can't change them.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's really to be able to have a sense of purpose, perhaps, to know approximately the direction where we want to go, and then to be flexible to go toward that point. Right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Always keep yourself open. Open-mindedness, very important.
And also to learn to give, I think it's also to learn to forgive ourselves in the past.
Yes.
Or to give up, not give up, to forgive our own imperfections
Right.
or the missed opportunities, because we can look ahead and take advantage of coming opportunities.
Exactly.
Right? And let's not miss those ones.
A very important thing when it comes to forgiving yourself for things that you've done or haven't done in the past is to remember the one thing I always remind myself is that you know like the most that you could have known in that moment. Oh, sure. The reason we regret things is because we know better now, right? Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Now that I know this would happen, I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
But you couldn't have known that at that time. So at that time, you knew what you could, like you knew the most of what you could, everything that
You had all the information.
You had all the information. It just wasn't enough, and it's not your fault. You can't blame yourself for not knowing things that you wouldn't otherwise have been able to know. You know, we're not born knowing everything.
Yeah.
So never blame yourself when you're literally just learning.
Yeah. Because I think we try to make the best choices given the information we had available
Right.
to us.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so from our interactions thus far, Jaycee, I noticed that you're someone who likes to restrain yourself to some extent, especially in communication. And so can you tell us more about how you apply this and why do you think this is important for you and something you want to practice?
Okay, so I restrain myself in terms of communication, especially from what we established earlier, where I don't show people the full version of me right from the get-go. I show sides, and then it's like, you unlock this part of this character. Wow, it's like, you don't ever want to overwhelm a person because that is a high investment. Yeah, it's like investing, except not in stocks, but in people. Where you invest the right things into the right people, and then slowly you get your returns. Like, oh yeah, this person remembers me. Oh yeah, this person actually is pretty cool. Oh yeah, this person actually can be kind of useful when it comes to connecting myself to this opportunity. It's about leveraging. It's a little bit of an inhuman way to think of people, but you can't just pretend like being friends with this big name director isn't gonna get you favors. It shouldn't be the point that you're friends with them, but it's still something that you should think about and be aware of. It's like being aware that, yeah, I know you're a rich person, but I'm still gonna be friends with you regardless if you're rich or not. But like that part of you is not the reason why I'm friends with you. It's just a happy consequence.
Exactly.
And when it comes to talking to these people, sure, opening sides of yourself to that person is good because you're not making yourself entirely vulnerable to someone that you don't know. That's a self-preservation tactic. You gotta be like that because you're with yourself your whole life, and the only person who has your back, if not anyone else does, is yourself. So you should take care of yourself in that way at least.
Exactly.
Right. So then when it comes to restraining yourself, that would be your focus, preserving yourself. Because when you offload your entire self to someone else, one, it overwhelms them. They get like intimidated, they get like turned off. So it's about social appropriateness as well. So restraining myself where I only reveal what's right, like in that context to me at least, it helps me to make sure that my interactions with other people go correctly.
Exactly. So I think it really boils down to really observing our circumstances and presenting the side of ourselves that we want them to perceive at that moment, given the conditions that they have, right? Exactly. And so if these words have helped you in any way, then don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. And so now, Jaycee, I know that personal branding is something which is very important to you, right? And so can you elaborate more on what personal branding means for you and how you define it and how you think it is important for young people these days?
Personal branding isn't just about what you put on your LinkedIn. It isn't just about what your Instagram feed, like your Instagram page profile looks like. It is also about how you present yourself in front of other people. Sure, an aspect of it is empathy, where you remember, okay, this person thinks of me in that way. Oh, I am treating this person like this right now. This is how I come off as. It's having that self-awareness of how you're acting in front of other people. That is personal branding to me. It can exist in friendships. It can exist in just casual, like everyday social interactions as well. But no matter what, it's having that self-awareness about how are you showing up, how are you appearing, how are you performing, how are you presenting yourself, what are you doing, what are the choices that you're making, what did you do when you're talking to this person. That's why that aspect of performance, like earlier, of like how I choose what to do in which context is very important. So having that personal branding, having that awareness is really important, so important for you to be aware of what you're doing so that you make choices that you're proud of, so that you understand how other people feel about you, and so that you can fit into society together with other people, because that's how we function. Don't pull none of that Joker stuff with me. We live in a society, I do not want to conform. Well, too bad. You live in one, suck it up.
At least under some circumstances, we need to understand what to do, right?
Exactly. We live, like, life is a community. You either work with us or you get out of here.
Or go live in the forest.
You go live in the forest. Like, props to you, like, power to you if you want to do that. But, like, come on, like, be aware of your circumstances. The world can't bow down to you.
And it works, I think, both internally and externally, right? Being able to understand what we are trying to do here, and also how others perceive what we are doing here. So basically, understanding how it works both ways and then navigating our way around that.
Exactly.
Right? And so, apart from personal branding, I also know that you're working toward financial freedom right now, step by step, right? So what does financial freedom look like for you, and how do you intend to realize it?
Financial freedom to me means 2 or 3 things, where I have enough money to take care of myself no matter what happens to me. I have enough money to take care of what I want, as in like I have wiggle room where if I don't feel like cooking tonight, I can go out and eat without looking at the menu, like prices too much, and I can still be fine. And third thing is that I have enough money to take care of people around me if they ever need me. Not as in, oh, you want that pretty dress, niece? I can buy it for you. No, as also as in like, oh yeah, like I found like a kitten on the side of the road. It needs some shots, but I don't have the money. I want to take care of it. Sure, I'll sponsor that for you.
Helping those in need.
Right, exactly. It's like having that power to take care of people around you as well. That to me is what financial freedom is. It's stability. It's freedom to do what you want, and it's also being dependable and reliable for other people.
Yeah, exactly. And so what are some of the ways or avenues through which you intend or plan to achieve that?
Work. Stable, most stable. I'm not going to go into all that stock exchange, like investment stuff. That's risky. That's for retired people, and I still got some fight in me. So I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
But what I'm going to do is I'm going to work. I'm going to work as in climb that corporate ladder, like make impacts, freelance while I'm doing my work, but also like have a fulfilled life, you know, like do some volunteering every now and then, but also like build community projects, like put together production, like find out opportunities, do them, get paid.
Yeah.
That's the way.
Go toward that step by step, right?
Yep, make that bank.
Yeah, take it slow, but take it steadily.
Right. Always take steady but slow steps.
Yeah, exactly. And so, looking ahead, what are some of your plans or aspirations for the future? Whether in terms of your creative endeavors in these 3 fields of work, your academic studies, or your aspiration to be financially free?
When it comes to, well, this is the easiest one. Academically, I've just finished my final semester, so like I'm gonna get out of here soon. I don't plan on pursuing masters or anything. It's of no value to me because unless I need it to increase my salary in like whatever position I find myself in, I don't think it's necessary. I do entertainment and creative stuff, so people without degrees can also thrive here. So it's not that important.
Like degrees are not essential.
Not in my field, but education is important, guys. But yeah, academically, I'm pretty much done unless something happens in the future. And when it comes to socially, like projects-wise, I'm working with this director from Kayatos Productions. It's an indie production company, I think, in Malaysia that just started recently. The guy who's running it is Rooney, Roonney. And yeah, he's super chill. I do scripts for him, and his debut film for Kayatos Productions is a script that I wrote for an assignment. So that's something that's going on. I'm also trying to write more for him as well, alongside writing like maybe a book in my free time, because I've had a long-standing tradition of like writing a book like once almost every year. I don't think it's working out that well this year, but it's, you know, we do side quests, and yeah, who knows? I can maybe like cheat it and like do a really thin self-help book or like quotes book or something.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be that long,
it doesn't have to be that long.
Yeah, full-blown book.
Right, you know, I cut corners sometimes. But yeah, it's branding, you know, marketing. I can say like, oh, I have 3 books, but like 2 of them are like single sentence every page. But that's career-wise. Just keep doing cool stuff. Volunteering, making projects together, writing skits and plays and scripts. Career-wise, I want to get hired. So if you guys have any gigs, you need a voice actress, you can check out my demo. You can check out my link tree and everything. Everything's there. And yeah, just try to get myself hired into good companies, maybe some MNCs, and just really climb my career ladder up to higher salaries so I can be steady.
Yeah, exactly. So based on what you shared, Jaycee, your aspirations, I'm sure that by achieving them step by step, you're becoming one step closer to living the life that you have in mind for yourself, right? And so in your view, what makes a life meaningful or valuable? Is it about having money, being successful, having lots of friendships or relationships, or what is it actually?
For me, the whole point in life, right? Some people are like, oh, I'll make it when I become a big actress. I'll make it when I have a certain amount of income. I'll make it when I have a family, when I have kids. For me, it's none of that. Even though I do a lot, like career-wise, that's mostly because I'm bored and I'm allergic to boredom. That thing, I don't like being bored. But what's important to me in life is to live every day making choices that you're proud of. You can have days where like things don't work out. But the most important thing to me is that I live a life that I'm proud of. I make decisions that I know that I want. I make choices towards things that I want long term. It's about making yourself proud, you know, when it comes to life. And to me, if I've lived my life doing good, being kind, being authentic, and doing what is important to me, connecting with people, and forming communities in my own circles, like that's all I need. Because in life, I told myself this a lot of times, where if I can die knowing that one person at least knows me, remembers me, understands me, and still likes me, you don't have to love me. You can just be like, yeah, they're pretty cool. I would have made it in life.
Yeah, I think that's something which we can all learn from, right? To be satisfied with that and to really be comfortable. I think also being ourselves and doing the thing that we are doing right now and we love doing, right?
Right. Just remember, your life doesn't have to make sense when you die. It can make sense when we are alive as well. Do things that make your life good.
Yeah, and don't be too judgmental, because by the time you look back and you die, if you're too judgmental, you think, oh my goodness, I'm a failure.
Exactly. Life is about the days that you're living, not the day you die.
Yeah, exactly. The process of living it. Yeah. And so, what constructive advice would you give to those watching right now who want to enter into the fields of work that you mentioned, writing, voice acting, or being a voice talent, and also editing, or just want to become someone like you? They think that you're someone they want to become in the future.
All right. I'm gonna take a page out of Nike for this. Literally just do it. You literally just need to start living the life that you want. So if you want to be a voice actress, if you want to be a voice actor, voice talent, start doing voices, start doing auditions. Like it can be your earphone mic, like it doesn't matter. Start doing the things that you want yourself to already be doing. And once you start, don't stop. And then you just build yourself up from there. Like, oh yeah, maybe I can invest in like a microphone in the future. Like, you don't invest first and then do it later. You do it first, and then when you see that there's potential, you invest.
Or you need that thing really bad.
Exactly. Yeah. It's the same thing as like having a car. You don't get a car before you get your license. You drive and learn and have a license first, then you get a car. Yeah, so start doing things, start practicing, literally, it's like a muscle you gotta exercise. Start your workout, start it, and just do it, and continue, and don't stop. And then one day, you're gonna wake up, like me on a random Tuesday, and then literally halfway through you're saying a sentence in like a group project, you're gonna pause, is what I did. And then you're gonna have that thought in your head, well, like, dang, I'm a writer.
I came a long way from where I was.
Right. Yeah. One day you're gonna realize you don't have to wait till someone tells you you've made it. You just gotta start doing it, and then one day you'll just realize.
Yeah, exactly. Very well said. And so, finally, before we close out our conversation, if you only had 30 seconds to inspire someone watching right now who feels unconfident about themselves, their life, or what they're doing in general, what would you say to inspire them? Okay, this is gonna be me being a little bit mean, which is nothing in life is ever that important. Get over yourself. So really just start doing silly things. Don't be so down on yourself. You're really gonna spend your life being down on yourself? Are you serious? Are you kidding me? Do something better with your time and do some stuff that you actually like. Be nice to yourself. You're the only person who's gonna take care of yourself until you die. You're gonna be with yourself 100% of the time. So be nice when you're with yourself, okay? And really take care of yourself. Do what's good, do what you want, just be happy. Like, do things that make you happy. Don't hurt yourself or anyone else. Respect other people. Don't worry about things that are in your control, because why would you? It's not even your fault. And do what's responsible, and just take care of yourself and stop being such a down person. Yeah, very well said. Practical advice we can all benefit from. And so, hope I'm not too mean. No, I think it's very direct and helpful. So that's what I've been told. I'm very, very direct. Yeah, I think you are, and also very chill. And so, thank you, Jaycee, for joining me today. I think you've shared many points which we can all benefit from and experiment with in our lives from now on, right? And so, thank you again for joining me. And so if this conversation has helped you in any way, then don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below, check out Jaycee's profile, and also share the video with your friends who might need a dose of inspiration. And now, if you happen to know someone who is also young and aspiring, maybe even an entrepreneur, reach out to me. I'd love to have them here on the channel in an episode. And so finally, again, thank you Jaycee for being with me today, and thank you guys for your support, and for staying with us until the very end. And so, until next time, keep moving forward with positivity, and I'll see you soon on the Success Compass. See you guys. Bye.